Good afternoon, everyone. Let us start. Today we shall learn a new chapter, Movements of Ocean Water, Chapter 14 of your NCERT textbook, Fundamentals of Physical Geography. Now let me present my screen. So this is the new chapter, Movements of Ocean Water. So this paragraph tells an introduction to these movements of ocean water. So we know that ocean water is dynamic, that is mobile, highly mobile, and its physical characteristics like temperature, salinity, density, external forces like of the sun, moon, and winds influence the movement of ocean water. So about these characteristics, it has been mentioned in chapter 13, and the horizontal and vertical motions are common in ocean water bodies. So we have two major types of these ocean water movements: horizontal movements and vertical movements. And horizontal motion refers to the ocean currents and the waves, whereas vertical motion refers to tides. So about this we shall learn in detail later on. And what are ocean currents? So this is the introductory part of the movements of ocean water. Ocean currents are the continuous flow of huge amount of water in a definite direction, while waves are the horizontal motion of water. And water moves ahead from one place to another through ocean currents, while the water in the wave does not move, but the wave trends move ahead. And the vertical motion refers to rise and fall of water in the oceans and the seas. So here we have already mentioned that vertical motion refers to tides, and we shall discuss in detail about these motions later on. And this is caused due to attraction of the sun and moon. And the upwelling of cold water from the subsurface and the sinking of the surface water are also forms of vertical motion of ocean water. So upwelling is also another form of vertical motion. Actually, about upwelling, let me explain you once. See here, let us say this is a land surface, and here we have sea level, and generally see the top layer of the ocean water is occupied by warm waters, whereas here at the bottom it is occupied by cold waters. And when the prevailing wind blows over the ocean surface, the warm water will be moving away. And to replace the water here, cold water from the bottom will rise upwards, thus replacing the warm water, and this is known as upwelling. So now let us go in detail. Waves. So this is an important horizontal movement of ocean water. Waves are actually the energy, not the water as such, which move across the ocean surface. So waves are actually the energy, not the water. And it moves across the ocean surface. Waves move across the ocean surface horizontally, and water particles only travel in a small circle as the wave passes. Okay, see, water particles travel in a small circle as you see here. Okay, as you see here in a small circle as the wave passes. And I think all of you are familiar with the waves also. This is the sea wave, and here the water particle is moving in a circular motion, okay, as indicated here. And we have one more, see here also. This is another photograph showing waves, okay. And wind provides energy to the wave. That means the main causes, okay, the main cause of wave is the wind. That means wind provides energy to the waves. Okay, wind generates sea waves, and the wind causes waves to travel in the ocean, and energy is released on the shoreline. And the motion of the surface water seldom affects the stagnant deep bottom of the ocean. Okay, just see here, when this, let us say this is sea surface, and here we have a coastal area, okay. And see here, when the wind blows over it, then it generates waves, ripples, okay. It generates waves like this, and it will strike on the shore in this way, okay. And as mentioned here, the motion of the surface water seldom affects the stagnant deep water. Waves do not affect the bottom of the ocean, okay. It affects only the upper section of the upper layer of the ocean water, okay. It cannot affect the stagnant this deep ocean water. And as the wave approaches the beach, okay, actually beach is a narrow strip of land, okay, on the coast. It slows down. So when the waves reach here, when the wave approaches the beach area, actually this is a narrow strip of land, okay, along the coast, the beach area, then the wave is slowed down, okay. And this is due to friction occurring between the dynamic water and the sea floor. Why the waves are slowing down when it approaches the beach? It is due to the friction occurring between the water and the sea floor. And when the depth of the water is less than half of the wavelength of the wave breaks, okay. See here, when the depth of the water is less than half of the wavelength, okay. See here, here, okay, when the depth of the wave, so this is the depth of the wave, and okay, the depth of the water, when the depth of the water here, see, when the depth of the water here at the coast is less than the half of the wavelength, okay, less than half of the wavelength, the wave breaks. Wavelength, actually, see here, another diagram we have, and see here, this is the wave, okay. You are seeing this is the wave, and you are seeing here, and this is known as crest, and this is known as straw, and this is another crest. So the distance between the two crests is known as wavelength, okay. See, this is the wavelength, so this is the wavelength. And when the depth of the water is less than half of the wavelength, see here, half of the wavelength, the wave dies, the wave breaks, okay, as you see in this photograph, okay. See here, when it reaches here, then the wave breaks, the wave dies here. and the largest webs are found in the open oceans. So you may find largest webs in the open ocean, in the middle of the ocean, not on the coastal area. Okay, and the webs continue to grow larger as they move and absorb energy from the wind. The size of the amplitude of the web, okay, increases as you increase the distance. So for example, here at first, so this is the sea water, and when the wind blows over it, then ripples, okay, waves are generated, and the amplitude will be increased as you increase the distances in this way. As mentioned here, see, okay, waves continue to grow larger as they move and absorb energy from the wind. Okay, do you have questions? Are you clear about the waves?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Okay, then see, most of the waves are caused by wind driving against the water that I have mentioned you earlier. Waves are mainly caused by wind. And when a breeze of 2 knots, okay, when a breeze of 2 knots, actually speed of the ocean water is measured using this unit, knots, okay, or less, blows over the calm water, small ripples form and grow as the wind speed increases until white caps appear on the breaking waves. Okay, when a breeze of 2 knots, 1 knot is equal to this 1.852 kilometers per hour. Okay, 1 knot is equal to 1.852 kilometers per hour or 1.15 miles per hour. And when a breeze of 2 knots or less blows over the calm ocean water, then small ripples form and grow as the wind speed increases, as I mentioned earlier, until white caps appear in the breaking waves. Okay, and waves may travel thousands of kilometers before rolling ashore, breaking and dissolving as a surf. Okay, so as this photograph, shows a breaking wave. Okay, so it breaks here. It is also known as surf. Actually, surf refers to the foam, as you see here. Okay, refers to the foam, then splash, and the sound of the breaking wave. That is known as surf. S-U-R-F, surf. Okay. And a wave size and a shape reveal its origin. That means the size and the shape of the wave, okay, tells its origin, how it was originated. Steep waves are fairly young one. Okay, steep waves means what? Steep waves imply, okay, young one, means the waves are young and probably formed by local wind. And slow and steady waves originate from faraway places. If you see slow and steady wave, it means that it implies that these are originated, okay, from faraway places. Okay, possibility from another hemisphere. Okay, possibly originated beyond this equator, and the maximum wave height is determined by the strength of the wind. Okay, the maximum wave height is determined by the strength of the wind. So wave height we are going to discuss in detail also. See, here this is the wave height. Okay, see here, this is the crest, and this is the trough, and so this arrow shows wave height. Okay, you may extend like this. Okay, and if you extend a horizontal line like this, so here, from here up to here is known as a wave height. Okay, so the maximum wave height is determined by the strength of the wind. That is how long it blows and the area over which it blows in a single direction. So the greater the wind speed, okay, then the maximum the height, the larger the height of the this wave. So waves travel because wind pushes the water body in its course, while gravity pulls the waves downwards. Okay, and the falling water pushes the former trough upwards, and the waves move to a new position. So it tells how do waves move. Okay, so let us read again. Waves travel because wind pushes the water body in its course, as given here, okay, as shown here in this figure number 14.1. See here, waves travel because wind pushes. See, this is the direction of wind. Just see here. Okay, so waves travel as the wind pushes towards this direction in this case. Okay, and while gravity pulls the crest of the wave downwards, okay, the falling water pushes the former trough upwards, and the wave moves to a new position. Just see here. See, gravity. Because of the gravity, this crest is pulling downwards. Okay, this crest is pulling downwards due to gravity, and as the gravity pulls down this crest, then this trough, the position of this trough, this is the trough, okay, the position of this trough will be shifted to a new position in this way. Okay, so in this way the wave moves. See, let me repeat. Gravity pulls the waves, the crests downwards, and when it is pulling downwards, okay, the trough is shifted to a new position, and in this way these waves are moving. Okay, as mentioned here. Just see here. The falling water pushes the former trough. Okay, the falling water. So when it falls down, this former trough is here. Okay, this former trough is moving forward, and the waves move to a new position, and the actual motion of the water beneath the waves is circular, just as you see here. The actual motion of water inside the wave is circular. I think you are seeing the arrows also in this way, circular. Just see the arrows, or you may see this diagram also. Okay, just let me show you another one. This diagram, as you are seeing here. Okay, the actual motion of the water in the wave is circular in this motion. Any question from your side about the movement of these waves? You must know that waves travel because gravity pulls the water, okay, in the crest here downward, and force out this from beneath the falling crest. Okay, and the falling water pushes this former trough forward, okay, upward, and this is how the wave moves to a new position. Okay, are you clear? Do you have questions?
No, sir.
Then let us learn about important characteristics of waves. See, we have a wave crest and trough that we have learned earlier. The highest and the lowest point of a wave are called the crest and trough respectively. See here, in this case I have told you that the highest point, this is known as crest, and this is also another crest, and this is the trough, and this is trough, and this is also a trough. Okay, as you said, this is crest, this is trough, then crest. Okay, then wave height, it is also explained earlier. It is the vertical distance from the bottom of a trough to the top of the of a crest of a wave, as you have seen here. See, wave height is indicated here. So here we have the crest, and here we have the trough, and the distance between these crest here and trough here is known as the wave height. Okay, the vertical distance from the crest to the trough is known as wave height. Then wave amplitude, so it is 1/2 of the wave height. Amplitude means half of the wave height. See here, amplitude. Okay, amplitude. So from here up to here is the wave height, and amplitude is the half of the wave height as indicated here. Okay, from here up to here is what we call amplitude. So amplitude means half of the wave height. And next we have this wave period. It is merely the time interval between two successive wave crests or troughs as they pass a fixed point. Okay, wave period is the time interval between two successive wave crests or troughs as they pass a fixed point. Let us say this is a okay, so let us say this is a fixed point. Okay, let us say this is a fixed point, and let us add 9. Okay, for example, at 9 a.m. okay, at 9 a.m. a wave crest has passed through this particular fixed point. Then after 1 minute, okay, let us say after 1 minute, say that is after 1 minute, okay, the another wave crest is passing through. That means we have a difference of this 1 minute, and this 1 minute is known as the wave period. Okay, so I have told you that, let us suppose this is a fixed point, and so at 9 a.m. a wave crest has passed through this fixed point. Then after 1 minute, another wave crest is passing through the fixed point. So we have got a difference of 1 minute between the previous one and the latter one. Okay, the former and latter one, and hence 1 minute here in this case is known as the wave period. Okay, the time interval between two successive wave crests or maybe trough, okay, as they pass a fixed point. And wavelength, about it I have explained you earlier. Wavelength, this is the horizontal distance between the two successive crests. That one you have to see this diagram here. This is the wavelength. Okay, so this is the crest, this is another crest, and the distance between the two crests is known as a wavelength. It is denoted by Greek letter lambda. Okay, and next we have wave speed. So it is the rate at which waves move through the water, and it is measured in knots. That it is already mentioned. Okay, that 1 knot is equal to 1.852 kilometers per hour. And the last one we have wave frequency. So this is the number of waves passing a given point during 1 second time interval. How many waves have passed a particular fixed point within 1 second, 1 second this time interval. Again, let us see here. So here we have suppose that this is the particular fixed point, and within 1 second how many wave crashes have passed through. Maybe say for example let us say within half second, so as many as 5 crashes. Okay, as many as 5 crashes have passed through this particular fixed point within 1 second, and so that refers to wave frequency. Okay, wave frequency, this is the number of waves passing a given point during 1 second time interval. So within 1 second how many waves have crossed. Okay, within 1 second how many waves have crossed this particular fixed point is known as wave frequency, whereas wave period refers to the time interval, okay, between the two successive crashes or draw. Are you clear? Do you have any questions regarding characteristics of waves?
No questions, sir.
Okay then, let us stop here for today. Thank you very much for joining my class.